This is Verbal Pick Radio, y'all. Look, we're gonna sit down and chop it up with the people for a minute, right? Because I am a leading source. I have authority to speak on these subjects. Look. My credentials. Radio host, KPFT 90.1 FM. Show was titled Street Talk, me and G Walker. I've written a book titled Consequence by Vince Cole Muhammad on these subjects, right? And so I want you all to pay attention, right? And we're not bashing anybody. And if we use anyone's name, likeness, or kind, it's only simply to prove a point, but we don't bash. You dig? Manhood, right? You know, it was a time where we had a rite of passage, meaning, let's say if you grew up in the country, your uncles, your fathers, older brothers, or some male member in your family would take you in the woods. You going hunt. You gonna kill you a rabbit, a robin, deer, a squirrel, raccoon. You shooting at something. Get your first kill. You passing over from boy to manhood, right? Manhood is not, or the rite of passage from boy into manhood is not going to jail, right? Going to prison, right? Somebody dropping nine ounces on you. What that will do is lead you behind bars, and behind bars there may be a older man in there who's going to school you or tell you what's right from wrong, right? Now, DJ McKinney, who is DJ McKinney? DJ McKinney is a football player for Colorado Buffaloes under Deion Sanders, right? Deion Sanders is the head coach. He recently caught a touchdown pass, right? But in the end zone, he celebrated his touchdown. He celebrated his touchdown by acting like he's peeing on the ball like a dog. Raised his leg up and everything, right? In front of the television audience and in front of the fans and people in the stadium, right? They called it classless. But he didn't know what he was doing was classless if he didn't have anybody telling him or teaching him, or a man there saying, son, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, right? He didn't know that his actions would affect the whole team. But his actions, trust me, will affect the whole team. Because immediately after that, people were saying, well, damn, do we want them in a big bowl game? They were afraid that the Colorado Buffaloes would do something similar to that in future games, right? Now, he probably, as I stated, wasn't aware. He's just celebrating, and he's trying to do something that's gonna stick, right? But that's what came to his mind, and he done it, right? Acting like he's urinating on the football in the end zone. But what he failed to realize, not he in America, he didn't just do it. Deion Sanders, they looking at Deion Sanders, they looking at Shiloh, they looking at Shador, they looking at the whole Colorado Buffalo college football team did it. Because when one of us do something, we all done it in the eyes of America, right? But I know, or someone had to put him to the side after and be like, dude, what you doing? But why would you do that, right? He might be like, I was just celebrating, right? Because no one told him how to conduct himself on a large platform or in public. Now, when we were younger, right? I saw this when I was young. I didn't like it. I didn't understand why. But as I got older, I began to understand why I didn't like it, right? I didn't like the fact that when you're younger, say you visit a church, right? Because I didn't go out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably went on Easter or something. But I did notice around election time, or somebody was running for something, or somebody wanted the people to purchase what they were selling or whatnot, they would parade white people in front of the black church, and you would hear the pastor, the parents say or instill within the people that everybody had to be on their best behavior. And I would always say, well, why? You don't see them but once a blue moon. Why, y'all? I mean, they were staunch. They were, be on your best behavior. You better not embarrass me in front of them white folks. Like, dude, this is not slavery. What the hell are y'all talking about? Right? Why don't you put that same emphasis on dealing with your own people in your own kind? Right? You want to be on your best behavior because Miss Mary and brother so-and-so, you know what I mean, is sitting next to you every Sunday. Not go over and above because you got white folk coming to the church. That didn't make sense. And I started to realize, wait a minute, it might not be white people. It might be our belief in them. And how did we get that such strong belief in them? Okay, the white Jesus on the wall, the Christianity, slavery, the whip, the harsh labor, the over and over repetitive that Jesus white, the angels white, and so and so. So maybe that had a lingering effect, but it shouldn't have such a lasting effect. In 2024, you go in any street corner and you see white people begging or asking for food. They got a sign, and you still got black folk. We'll try to make a distinguish between the white bum and the black bum. But I can say slavery has messed our minds up. You will always hear me say, and I'm understanding. You will hear me say that the knowledge that Master Farad Muhammad brought to America and gave to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was a prescription, a formula, a science, mathematics to save our minds, right? Because the mind is the man. You are your mind. When you out displaying yourself in public, you are displaying what's in your mind. And so that's why people sit back and say, damn, that's crazy, because you judge by your peers. Why did you do that act, right? And if they shove the microphone in your face, you don't have an answer why you done it, or because, or you killed somebody with a parking spot, or it's like, dude, what are you doing, dude? It was that serious, you know? You killed somebody with $20. Look, oh, we're gonna get to that, but look, check this out, right? You got $20, right? No. You got $2,500, right? But you loan somebody $20, or somebody stole $20 from you, right? Or somebody lost a bet to you for $20 and refused to pay. And everybody knew it, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, trust, we all been in this situation, is what I'm saying, right? So you say, okay, look, I'm gonna give him 2 or 3 days to come up with my $20. Mind you, got $2,500 sitting over here, right? Right. He gypped you for 20, right? But the fact that everybody knows it multiplies that 20. It seems like that 20 lands a mountain. 20 seemed like 2 million. So now it's like, dudes don't pay my money, I'm finna do something bad to him. Right. Whether it be killing him, right? Whether it be hurting him or setting him up in a way to where he's gonna pay for that 20. But then your revenge on that 20 or the act you did, maybe you shot him. Or maybe he's walking, you got a bat and you beat him, put him in the hospital. Or maybe you did something behind that 20 because you upset the fact that he gypped you over 20. Everybody know about it, right? So you do something to him, you get caught. You might wind up spending that 25 on a lawyer to keep you out, and hopefully it works, or you wind up doing 2 years for assault on somebody that owes you $20 when you could have charged that 20 to the game and went on and lived your life with you and your family, meaning making a man's decision, right? Because why? When you're a man, this is the thing, when you're a man, people depend on you. So being a man is about. If you're a man and you got family members and you got children and nobody depends on you, there's only one thing left for you to do, right? Go off in the woods somewhere and live by yourself, or move away from your family, go live by yourself and get out the country. But if you're a man and can't nobody depend on you, right? You got children, young, they can't depend on you, but yet you in their face, something is wrong. Well, why? Because the essence of the man has been attacked, and particularly the black male. Why? Why? Well, one is because everywhere you go on this planet, you see remnants that the black man was there. You go to Egypt, you go to Mexico with the old Mex, you go to Cambodia, parts of China, right? Southeast Asia, Krishna, all over the globe. Europe, you see remnants. America, that the black man was already there, right? So of course, some people are gonna hate that. They're not gonna like that fact, because what is it saying? Are you saying the first prototype man from the creator was black, and that means the creator was black? I mean, melanin was first? Science, mathematics, biology, atoms, protons, neutrons, carbon. How can we be blamed for something that took place or that we were a part of by a high being? Right? You know? And so what people have to understand is what was instilled in us wasn't instilled in others. Prime example. The indigenous in America, the natives, said that there was no word in their language for the word maybe. That came from Europe, right? It was either you're gonna do something or you're not gonna do it, but there was no gray area called maybe, right? Who came up with the ideology to create a gray area? And why was that? What need was that created from? Is a question you gotta ask yourself. Because on this side with the indigenous, there was no need for a maybe. On this side, from a colonizer coming out of Europe, he needed a maybe, right? And in further study, that's something you have to study. Why was the word maybe, or the concept of the word maybe, was created, right? When the original man and woman had no maybe, it was either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. You know, if it be the will of Allah, right? But it wasn't I might do it or maybe. You know what I mean? I'm on a time clock. Can you or can't you? Right? So we have to understand ideologies and mindsets, because ideologies are created out of what people perceive that they need in a particular space and time to benefit themselves. Now, it might not benefit you because you had no need for it, but it might benefited him because he had a need for it. The question is, what was the need? Then that will take you deep into the mind of the people who created the maybe. Once you start peeling back those layers and why they need it in that particular time in order for them to survive, and inject that into the language or culture of maybe. You know, we gotta study that. But back to men, back to boys needing a man to guide them or nourish them or educate them. There's no such thing. The hardest thing you can do, meaning when people say, when I'm saying hard, I mean like in communities and neighborhoods where people claim that they're hard. I'm down, I'm hard. The way that you can prove that you hard, you down, is what are you creating, building, if you, not only for yourself, but for your children. Because that's rolling up your sleeves and getting your hands dirty. Because you might have to do odd jobs so they can eat. Right? You might have to go in the labor pool. You might have to, you might have to cut grass. You might have to do something that you really don't want to do, but the mob's looking at you. You know what I mean? And then what a man does is he uses his mind, because that mind is an example of that man, because the physical man will act out what's in the mind, and then he will produce that into this world or this universe or society or community, right? Now, this is the thing. People are getting fed up with those who are not using their mind for the benefit of society as a whole, who are doing certain things that's causing damage to their property, loss to their property, loss to their cars, the theft, the stealing. They got some TikTok challenge where you got boys, young high school kids, kicking folks' doors and taking off running, right? Not understanding that men don't do that. That's why they call, back in the day, those who did do things like that, they called them punks or young punks, right? Because you're going to kick in somebody's door, put a crack in their frame, and take off running. And they got to spend money to repair it, right? Now, the homeowners and the community is fed up, so now they sitting by their windows with their guns, right? You come kicking somebody door, they gonna shoot you. Your mama crying, you didn't have to kill him. You went, oh my baby. He was just playing a prank. They don't know. You got veterans out here that done been in Vietnam War, North Korea War, Panama War, Nicaragua, Desert Storm, different wars, suffering PTSD. They hear a loud boom on their door, it sets them back. In the battlefield, they rolling out the door with their gun, laying you out. Then after they shoot you, they gonna drag you in the backyard and torture you, thinking you're an op. And you crying, I'm just joking. I didn't mean to do it. It's too late. Because men don't expect men to do that or behave that way. So they gonna take you serious while you just playing. That's why when you was in class all the way to elementary. I don't know if they do it now, but the teacher should have told you, no horse playing. Horse playing leads to fighting. You know what I mean? Horse playing leads to somebody getting hurt. Every time. Don't horse play. Because somebody going to be serious and somebody going to be playing. That person that's serious don't have time for that. That person that's playing, they're going to try to hurt you. Because you think you're doing something, but really you being an annoyance. Right? You're being annoying. You think you're doing something. But you really you're being an annoyance to those who want peace and relaxation. But it all boils down to, you didn't have a man in your life to take. Women, stop saying a woman can raise a boy. You the mama and the daddy. You are not made up with the same makeup as a man. Stop being delusional, right? You unless you walk the mile in a man's shoes, you don't know what it's like to be a man. It's like a man, if he ain't walked the mile in a woman, he don't know what it's like to be no woman. You know what I mean? We can, you don't know. Because men have vision and see certain things when he's tuned in. And that's why some men run away from their families, right? Because they see it, but they see it first. When you be seeing men back in the day, oh, I'm gonna go give me a loaf of bread, or and you come home and he's gone and ran off, right? I'll tell you what, he sees something coming, right? But he feels as if he don't have the power to fix it or stop it, right? Right? Or if he can't fix it, he don't have the power to stop it, right? Or he don't have the power to control it or deal with it as it comes. So some men just run out. They run, right? And because they don't have the wherewithal to come tell the family, look, something coming, and I don't know how to deal with it. Right? And not trusting in his mate. The woman gonna say, okay, well, let's sit down, we're gonna figure it out together. Right? Between these two heads, we should be able to come up with a solution. Instead of you panicking, thinking disaster coming, you done headed for the hills with some kind of excuse or reason and left your family to just fend for themselves because you felt like you couldn't handle it. Now, when it comes down to relationships now, that's different. If you are analytical and you base things on mathematics and you try to get your partner on board, your wife, you try to get her on board, but she didn't grow up with that structure and you steady trying to pour into, but you're not gaining in the ground, then it's time to cut the ties, cut the strings, and go build where you can go build, right? Because there's no sense for all that wisdom to drown, right? You up reading books, you studying, you preparing for life, you pass it on to your children, you trying to grow and you want to build, but you got a disagreeable on the side of you, it's not going to work. Go put that knowledge to use, because it would kill you from the inside out. All that wisdom, knowledge you retain, and you can't even express it the way you want to, because somebody is constantly going against you, and then the knowledge and the information or whatever don't just sit and just let it die. Some women out there can use it, cut them ties, and get somebody to understand, but you understand, and y'all go build. Because why? It makes for a better society as a whole. That's what we're doing. Black folks, we are building a better society. Black people are making money. We got trillions of dollars collectively. That's larger than some of these small countries. Right? Now, don't hate the game. Right? You can hate the player, but don't hate the game, right? Meaning that, of course, you're going to have racism and opposition trying to stop you from achieving your goals. That's the game. Of course they go. You ain't figured it out by now. I'm sitting back looking at the election right with Trump, right, and I'm just hearing people and the things I'm hearing people saying the same things that they were saying back in the '60s, and back in the '50s, back when in the 1800s, back during slavery time, back when they was kicking the Moors out of Spain and Portugal, right? Same thing. And you ain't figured it out by now that just by nature you're gonna have an adversary or some opposition against you. It's just what it's gonna be, and you have to figure out how to counter that and still move and enjoy your time on this planet, because the Creator created you. The Creator didn't create you. He created you to struggle, but He didn't create you to be up under some man, to rule over you. He didn't. That's not what He created. But if somebody in their mind created a formula, even if they use tricks and lies, and they use that to tie you in, and you fail, you've been hoodwinked and run amok and bamboozled. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? You got hustle. But the hustle shouldn't last for you forever. I mean, you know what? The hustle can't last forever. Because it's like anything. It's anything. The only thing that is infinite is what the universal God created. So anything that man created is finite, and it has an expiration date. Right. And the problem is you can't, it's impossible to give it new life once it's run its course. Right. Can't give it new life. You can try. You can spend a lot of money trying to give it life. But once it has ran its course, it ran its course. Right. Now what's gonna happen is you're gonna start going to the junkyard, collecting pieces and trying to add a piece here, fix it up here, and piece this. As soon as you put this piece on, this side break down, then you gotta find, then they come tell you, well, them parts are obsolete, we don't even make them parts no more. So now you're trying to find, you're searching online or classified, or who got this one part you need in order to make it to go, and you're spending so much time trying to repair it. And time is steady moving forward to where when you look up, time went so far beyond to where now that becomes a relic. Right? It's just an old relic. It's a relic. People don't even remember the whole history. Right? Now, history is important because you don't want to fall victim to what you fell victim to in the past. That's why it's a proper word, an assault on knowledge, i.e. they call it wokeism, right? No, you do want to be awoke so you don't get hit in the head again, because if you sleep, somebody come hit you in the head and knock you down in the road, right? Now, God damn, controversy, right? Damn, man. Black people, and I say indigenous people, and look, when I say black people, I'm talking about Jamaicans, I'm talking about Dominicans. I don't give a damn. They say, I'm not black. Yeah, in America, you black, partner. Them rednecks can't tell, are you from Dominican, or you from Haiti, or you from Panama, or you from Puerto Rico, or you from certain parts of Mexico. They can't look at you and tell. Nobody knows. Hell, I can't look at something until they open up their mouth and oh, you from where? Okay, yeah, I can tell by the accent. But if you keep your mouth closed, can't nobody tell. So stop trying purposely to create a division, or trying so hard to show the world that I'm not connected with them. I'm this. Right? And those that's 180 degrees opposite of you, meaning a different race. They looking at you like, in our eyes, you're still a nigga. That's how we see. We don't know. You know what I mean? You're coming out of the neighborhood at nighttime. We gonna shoot at you because we can't tell where you're from. So stop with the games, right? But hey, we getting ready to wrap this up, Bro Pick Radio. But it is what it is, man. You know, I just hope that we truly dig into the science of what a man is and why God created the man and the man's purpose. Why is the man built a certain way, right? Why? What responsibilities did the Creator God, the universal God, Allah God, put on the shoulders of the man? Right? The man has a function. The man has a brain. The man has a mind. The man has a physical appearance. He's a man to produce other men. Right? That is the purpose. So, look, young folk, don't go outside wearing no bonnet like no woman. You're a man. Bask in your manhood. Don't let them tell you how to be a man, right? No, and don't let them tell you what's saying you being overly aggressive. If you feel like your son is being overly aggressive, put him in football, put him in basketball, put him in baseball. Let him run track to get that off of him, right? Do that. We don't need. I'm not gonna say it. For the future, we need this for the future. Is what I'm saying. We need men to be men for the future, right? That's what's getting ready to come, right? If man wasn't a necessary force, if man wasn't necessary or a necessary being, then the Creator God wouldn't have created man. God don't make mistakes and don't waste anything. He knows what he's doing and the reason why he's doing it. Now man can come along and through tricks and lies try to manipulate God's man and say, well, yeah, I know what he told you, but he meant this. And he can wave something shine in your face to get your attention and hope he can get you to go astray. But if you look at the snake, right, or a serpent, has no backbone, right? That's telling the man you have a backbone. You can stand straight up. Why are you bowing down to something that has no backbone? How can something that can't stand without a backbone straight up, when the snake stands up, he only can be upright for a time, right? So if you want to, I'm not going to say it, I see it. If you want to know the time that the snake has, then calculate the time that the snake can stand at a 90-degree angle or upright before he has to fall back to the ground. Say, man, it's wild. But look, I'm telling y'all, bro. Man has a purpose. Melanated man has a purpose. Why? Why? It's so much more in melanin that's tied to the whole universe, right? For a reason. The saddest thing, man, is to walk around and see all these melanated beings feeling hopeless or lost, or I can't grow, I can't do this, I can't build this. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, but I do want to say this one thing though. Let me say this one thing. Stop being the carriers, the number one rooter of pain. Like, black people, stop carrying pain like it's a badge or something. You know, it's okay to be happy. You ain't gotta go up in the church house and get some pain and start crying and the pain, and because you're gonna get natural pain just by living. Right? Try what they say. Try enjoying. Try having a good day. When somebody asks you how your day going, say it's going pretty good. I'm here. Don't be like, well, I'm trying to make it. You know, it's rough, but I hope I'm gonna get through. It was created by God Himself. What they say, the temple is within. Why don't you search within yourself and pull out something good? Can you? Look, then it's an exercise. Man and woman, can you go inside of yourself, inside of you, and pull out something good? Now, if you go inside of yourself, you pull out something bad or something rotten, right? Watch out, cause somebody gunning for you, right? So, cause people don't want to deal with or get caught up with something that's rotten, cause they feel like it's gonna spread and mess up what they trying to build, right? So if you better go in the corner and check yourself real quick and come out and learn how to pull out something good, because in the future they're gonna be hunting what's rotten. They're gonna see it as a cancer, they're trying to pluck it out. So while you got time, just pluck it out yourself. You trust me, because when they pluck it out, you're not gonna like it, man. They ain't gonna be gentle and give you some anesthesia and medicine to get. They ain't gonna snatch straight up at you. You know, so it's better if you can do it before that time comes. That's the whole purpose of this lecture. Fix yourself before the time comes when people coming out trying to fix you, because they tired of losing property value. They tired of their sons and daughters getting shot down in the drive-by. They tired of just, losing money or getting robbed. They don't want their mamas. Or they look, but check this out. You got a mama, right? Grew up in the area her whole life. The mama. Probably knew when she was younger. But as time goes on, you get older, she gets older now, she's up in age looking at the grandma, but really that's your mama. And somebody, young punk, runs, break her arm to snatch her purse, knock her to the ground. What's the first thing you're going to do? Well, let me find out who it was. That's all you want to know. Because the police can't get to him quick enough. And the youngster, he don't know. He thinking, well, man, we're going to get to that. He thinking he's being funny, or he hustling up on a couple of dollars that's in her purse, thinking he hitting the lick or he's winning, right? And he's going back, or he's going to go down when he get caught, right? You going to jail, you going to pension, you going to county, going to city, what have you, whatever. You going to holding tank in one of these jail cells throughout these counties, right? Then you ask yourself, okay, let's say first, this is how they're going to do you. First you might do, depending on what it is, but let's say something minor, real minor. They give you a week or 2 weeks in the county, right? It's a test. This is how they test you. Give you 2 weeks in the county. You ain't even been there long enough. to learn nothing. You just too busy. They let you out, right? Because the conditions is horrible. You get treated like shit. They talk to you like you ain't shit. You know, they totally gonna disgrace you. And bam. So, in their mind, they say, well, hell, after that, who wants to live in them conditions, right? You go back, you do something else, you wind up getting, let's say, 9 months. They give you 9, right? Now, you're in that 9, you young, right? You might go up, or you might stay in the county, you might go to penitentiary, regardless, because it's happening in the county, it's happening in the penitentiary, right? Some older person or whatever, you young, you light, you green, right? You get raped in there, right? He finna make you his girlfriend, right? Now, you come out, right? You back on the block. You catching feelings for this nigga. He doing 20, 30 years. You gonna come out, commit another crime, so you can go back in, so you don't care if you get caught, right? You turned out. You are a menace to society. You running around here playing hard, but really, you don't care who you knock in the head. You ain't worried about who you shooting. Then they might be controlling you from the inside to make sure you putting money on their books, and you out here doing all kind of crime, wearing your pants, you sagging, rapping, thinking you're a gangster. It's like, man, what the hell is going on? This ain't how we grew up. This was not the destination for the black man in America, is what I'm saying. We took a wrong turn. We took a detour somewhere. But I understand. But it's not, there's somebody behind the scenes who benefits and can't afford unity and black folks to get together. And you can, that's their game. They're gonna be throwing all kind of stuff at us. Left, right, middle, all kind of, look, that's why you gotta give a big up to the comedians, Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. That's the whole thing of making these actors and comedians and actors putting these dresses on. They already had the plan wrote back then, right? That was the whole purpose, right? And now we seeing this playing out, right? And they got something else they're gonna throw. Right? Now you gotta see again. You got to give credit where credit is due. Now here goes Minister Farrakhan, right? Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Million Man March, right? 1995, October. Now, check this out. Throws a Million Man March, right? Get over 1 million people on the mall, and he's dropping knowledge. He already sees this, right? Meaning somebody got to care enough, right, to come on out there, get 1 million or some black men, even women came too, those the women there, and lay knowledge on them, right? Because he already seen what's happening in the future, right? Meaning, I love you, I care. Look, man, this is what we have to do. If we don't do this, this is what we're getting ready to face, right? Right after that, then the media and the colonizer, they coming with their campaign. Oh, he didn't want the women. Oh, what happened to the money? Oh, the whole purpose was the knowledge was valuable. Take the knowledge and focus on that. Only that. Because that was keys for today. So those who got it, you see them, they moving, they working. Another thing too, man, stop dissing the working man who work a 9 to 5. Who you think buy your books? Who you think buy your clothing line? Who you think buy your albums? Who you think out there jamming and putting music in his car, the system, radio to jam your music, and then on his song you gonna come out and work a 9 to 5? I think you working for somebody. You don't own them record labels. Why you think someone be dying broke or you have no money? You ain't in control of nothing, but you gonna diss this man because he's working a 9 to 5 put his money in the bank. He might be stocks with that, send his children to that, buy some of your CDs, go to your concert out that money. Then you're on stage, I don't work a 9 to 5. Capitalism, you're in a capitalist society. You can't live in America without money. You gotta change that up. I ain't working for no man or working for nobody. If you're paying taxes, don't pay the taxes on your land or on your property, on your home, see if you still got it. Now, you're working for somebody. Right. Now, entrepreneurship provides more freedom, right? But everybody ain't built for that game, right? So, but at least, he is on the job making money, and he ain't behind a pistol, behind a tree, waiting to rob you. His son is not at the corner store begging for some change. He give him allowance out his paycheck. What you talking about? And it don't, hey, it don't, gotta stop that. Part of what he makes, if you smart, now, black, if you work a 9 to 5, put some of that money, black charity, or back into spend at a black business. Get the book Consequence by Vince Coleman. Give it back, buy my book. I'll put it up there in this so you all can see, right? But get my book. You know what I mean? But stop dissing folk who are out there that's not causing the problem. And he at work, he ain't trying to rob your mom or your grandmother, or knock your daddy or your grandfather in the head. He on the clock. He got an alibi. So leave him alone. Verbic Radio. We out. Look, I leave as I came. You know what I'm saying? We out.